Raffy and Clee. Live stream. Hopefully we don't say
Hola, you amazing artist.
Hi, everybody. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Let us know if you could hear us okay.
And see us okay.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that we do not buffer. We've got a weird connection going on. So
Yeah, that's true. We'll do what we can,
Yeah.
as always, on the live stream where we bumble our way through the
Yes.
technical issues.
Exactly. I could see that Joyce, Cruz, Gina, Yo-Yo, Jen, you guys are here already. Good to see you.
And the green bean.
The green bean.
And I see a lot of you saying you're so glad you could make it and that you don't usually make it to the live stream. So welcome to the live stream.
Welcome to the live stream.
We're super happy to have you here.
I know Gina Cruz was like, well, I'm on Pacific time, so it's a little difficult. And Gina was like, I just forget.
That happens too. You
Yeah.
get doing what you're doing.
A lot of times when you see us come on late, it's because not because we forgot, but because I forget to like set things up. So
Gail from Trinidad here. Hi, Gail.
Hi, Gail.
My Mark Studio. Hi, everybody. Wow, McQueen Artistry. I am Legan. Hello from New Mexico.
Hey,
Hello.
you guys. Hi, Deanne.
Hi, Deanne. Andy Cat. Hi, everybody.
Naomi and Wendy are here. Oh, all my favorite peeps. Vicky.
What's been going on, Raffy and Clee? Missing you guys.
Yeah, I know. We've taken a small hiatus. We had some stuff that we needed to take some time off so we could discuss, and so we are ready to come back. Obviously, this is our debut back.
Yes.
But we'll be hitting website month.
Website
Sorry, you guys.
month.
Unfortunately, the hiatus had to happen during website month, but we will be covering all the stuff that we planned on covering anyway.
Yes, we will. Hi, Ellen.
Hi, Ellen.
Vicky said, I am a weird connection. Hi, Christopher.
There's Dana. Hi, Dana.
Hi, Dana. As always, and I'll repeat this 10 times in the live stream, if we miss your comment or your question, please just feel free to retype it because the ticker tape acts crazy when we try to scroll it back.
It does, and I read like this. Hi, everybody. So that's why you notice Clee's the one that mostly reads the stuff.
Oftentimes,
Yeah.
that's true. And sometimes I'm like,
Deborah. Hi, Deborah.
Hi. How was your birthday, Rafi?
My birthday was good. It was good. I am now 26, I believe.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
I didn't remember, and then I saw it. Yay! It was serendipitous.
Yay!
It was kismet. We missed you. Good to see you guys. I was wondering about that last night when I was listening to the website podcast again.
Yes, we definitely needed to take some time off, and obviously we missed you guys, but we needed to have us time,
Yeah.
which is extremely important to both of us.
We were full steam ahead after the holidays, and we were like, we're going to evaluate things in 5-minute segments when we have downtime. Well, it turned out that life was like, no, you will not.
Yeah. When you don't take time off for yourself, life tends to kind of slap you down and make you take that time
Gonna
off.
have evaluation. Multimedia Susan asked, maybe you already answered this, but what kind of clip-on mics do you use? And actually, we're using condenser mics that are off to the sides here.
So this is a condenser mic. We actually bought these because I'm recording the audiobook for the Rogue Artist, and we needed good microphones, and luckily they pick up the sound in here pretty well.
Yes, they do. We also have other tech headset things with clip-on mics and stuff for various things we do, but the condenser mics are doing a pretty good job.
Yes, they are.
I'm older than you, lol, says Rebecca Murphy. 26, a
26.
formative year.
It is, yep.
My birthday is Saturday. I'll be 47. McQueen Artistry.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. Just today hooked up with 123 Co-op in Marshall, Michigan. I'm going this Friday to install my wonderful paintings. Congratulations, Vicky. That's amazing. Round of applause. That's so cool. Yeah, you'll burn yourself out. Breaks are so good.
Breaks are good. Breaks are good. And it also puts things into perspective because, like, honestly, I was pushing the media schedule a little bit too much. We were doing, like, the videos on YouTube. I have the Patreon videos. We have the podcast. And then it was just a little bit too much to manage, along with running a business, running an art business. And obviously, I want to stay real with you guys. So it's not about what we do online. It's about what we do in here in the studio. And I was just pushing it. That's all. We were both pushing it. So life was like,
nope.
Yeah.
Real fancy looking mics. Thank you. I have a Yeti condenser mic. We'll try it. Someone asked, what is a condenser mic exactly?
So a condenser mic has the stuff inside. Basically, with a condenser mic, like if we both stop talking, it starts kind of searching for the field of sound.
It expands its range.
Yeah, so it expands and then it contracts depending on what your voice is. So it picks up the clearest recording of your voice.
Yeah. It definitely, these ones pick up everything.
Yeah. So, like, if we didn't talk for about 3 minutes, you would hear our refrigerator, like, in the background.
If you were willing to sit here for 3 minutes while we stared at you in silence.
Just staring at you. Yeah.
Perhaps we'll try that someday on a live stream. I'll be way too old in April. You're never too old for any of the things. All the birthdays, Lowell. Happy birthday and hugs all. Wow, I feel young at 30. 30 is young.
I know. I'm not there yet, obviously.
At the formative age of 26. I legit forget how old we are often.
So do I. I always forget. People are like, how old are you? And I got to like sit there and do the math.
Yeah.
Like I remember what year I was born, but I don't know how old I am.
Sometimes I make social and cultural references that give away the fact that I am not in my 20s. And I'm like, yep, that's true. I think this year I'll be turning 30 again. Haha. Excellent. One of our friends said she was celebrating the 27th anniversary of her 30th birthday.
Yeah, the 27th anniversary of her 30th birthday. I thought that was fun.
Excellent. I'll be 62 in April, says Tammy. Happy birthday coming up in April. I'm a bit behind that. I bow to your superior wisdom. I wanted to say also that it being website month, if you guys want to ask us any website related questions,
we will do the best that we can. Remember,
yes.
I'm not, in no way, shape, or form am I a website designer, but I am all about answering anything that I could possibly answer for you guys, and that's what this month is all about. Or, yeah. That's what it's all about.
We will try to answer, or we will cue your question for one of the upcoming things.
Yep. David said that I think it's great that we have such a wide range of ages here.
Yeah,
I do
me
too.
It's
I do
awesome.
too. I love that.
It's super awesome. How are the fuzzy goggles coming along, Clee? So I'm really excited, and I have $1 billion of needle felting supplies in a shopping cart on a website, and I went a little crazy, and I'm also collecting dryer lint.
She's been collecting. We have little balls of dryer lint.
Not for fuzzy goggles, but I learned in my needle felting class that you can make things out of dryer lint, and so I have another project that I want to do with that.
Yeah, so that's gonna be fun. We'll probably be filming Clee's dryer lint adventures.
I've always felt that held me back. I've been doing art since I graduated, painting alongside people way older and experienced, but feeling like an imposter.
Oh yeah, you know what? It doesn't matter how old you are, you're gonna feel like an imposter.
It's true.
So
none of us escaped that.
No.
Delinda, hi! I finally made a live stream. Hi, Delinda. Do you guys ever post a list of sales events you'll be at? I'm trying to get one of my Navarre friends to come check you out. On our website, we do have an events calendar. There hasn't been a whole lot on it lately, but we post everything that we're going to do there.
Yeah, on all the pages, on the right-hand side, you'll see like events, like where you could find us. And so when we do events, that's where they're listed.
How do you condense picture sizes of your art for posting online?
I go on Photoshop. Actually, I use Affinity right now, and then I just make the image smaller and make sure that it's 72 dpi. So the smallest that I'll go is maybe 1,000 by whatever, 1,000 pixels by whatever, and that's a good size for the internet.
Yeah, and I've been using an editing thingy on my phone that just downsizes them automatically.
Yep.
Would love to hear your thoughts on SEO top tips, please.
Oh, Deborah, SEO, maybe I'll talk to you a little bit about that. I don't I do concern myself with SEO, but I don't make it such a dominant thing because
it's a game that we play.
Yeah.
And Yoast is an SEO thing,
Yoast
right?
is an SEO thing, but I mean, there are so many people trying to sell SEO as a like main contender, and it's never been something that I've really concerned myself with that much, and that's what I'm going to cover in one of our videos when I do talk about SEOs.
Hi, Nadia, as long as it's not belly button lint. Oh my goodness.
I mean, that would be interesting.
I would have to make some strange creatures.
Dave Diaz. Hola, amigos. Hola, Dave.
Hi, Dave. Hi, Rafi and Clee. I finally made a live stream. Hi,
awesome, Jack. Hi.
Hi, Chantel. I just finished your book, and I've been super productive ever since I started reading it. Thank you so much. I can't wait for the next one.
Oh, thank you, Chantel. That's awesome. That is awesome.
Oh, Affinity. Rafi, how do you like it? Ask Christopher.
I do. And one of the main things that got me to go to Affinity is because Photoshop is a bunch of jerks that want you to subscribe to their thing, and it slows down my computer, and Affinity does not slow down my computer, and it basically has all the features. The only thing that it doesn't have is when you're doing the mock-ups, I forget what that, like the smart images, it doesn't have that, but there's ways to get around that anyway.
Also, they keep expanding and improving upon Affinity, so I think eventually it'll do everything.
Yeah.
Is your book available on Amazon?
My book will be available on Amazon next month in March. That's when I'm gonna do the official launch. I do have maybe about 15 to 20 copies of the book that I'm gonna be launching before then, of the pre-order edition. So keep an eye out for that.
Ann Austin is joining us. Hi, Ann.
Hi, Ann.
Enjoyed meeting you too at your birthday party bash. We enjoyed meeting you too, Ann. It was awesome to get to chat with you in person. Cool. I'm jealous, Ann.
Krista, unless you're a 3 mil business, don't pay for SEO work. Yeah. See, Chris, agreed. I absolutely agree. And the problem is that everybody's trying to push the SEO. I get people that call me and they're like, would you like your shop to rank #1? And when I'm like, I don't care about I don't need your help. And then they get mad at me and then they yell at me on the phone and I'm like, you're not going to get my business.
I don't know why they have to yell at you. Hi from Mexico. Hi, Natalie.
Hi, Natalie.
Vicky, talked to Techie about YouTube. He recommended a selfie stick, tripod, and several micro SD card thingies. Now need cash money.
Yeah. Good idea. I will be doing a video probably in a month or so about the equipment that I have that I use here and what I do as far as filming YouTube videos and what it is that we do for that. So, and with the limitations that we have with our studio and finances.
You just saved me money on Photoshop. Thanks. You are welcome.
You are welcome. Yeah, Affinity is really, really cool and it's easy to use. It's different, slightly different from Photoshop, but I love it. That's my book. I published or designed my book on Affinity Publisher. So you have like 3 things that it'll cost you $150 if you want all 3, and they have sales all the time. So you could get like the whole Affinity program for like $40.
And they all work with each other really well.
Yeah, they all integrate with each other. They're really cool.
Delinda asked, how do you get over first art festival jitters? You have to just do the show.
Yeah, you got to do it, and you got to see it as a personal challenge of like, how awesome and how much fun can I have at this show, instead of letting your mind be taken over by, oh my God, what if this happens, or what if that happens?
Yeah, I was super nervous during our first show, but it was fun. Yeah. It was fun.
Yeah, and it's a great way to actually get out and like challenge yourself to like talk to somebody and do those things that you need to do if you're going to actually put yourself out there and have interactions.
Gail says, doing art party exhibition in May, very nervous, so looking at your videos all the time.
Gail, you are going to be awesome.
Yeah,
it's going to be amazing.
Rebecca, have you ever just stared at your painting and thought, I can do better, and tried to repaint it?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. There's a few paintings right now that I have in the hallway that I actually have listed on my website because I thought that they were amazing. And every once in a while when I look at them, I think to myself like, oh, I could change that. The only reason I don't is because they're already listed. Yeah. So I would, if I took them down, then I'd have to like relist it. It's so much, I hate listing things. So I don't, I leave it. But I've also had paintings that I've thought that about and taken them out to a show and then they sold at the show. So it's a personal thing. If you really want to change it, you change it. If not, you just don't change it.
Joyce asked, is that Affinity? And yes, that is exactly Affinity.
Yep.
Let's see. Yes, love an equipment tour behind the scenes.
Absolutely, Liz.
We're excited
we'll be doing
to
that.
share
Yeah,
that.
I am really excited about sharing that.
Read your book and found it so inspiring and honest. Thank you for writing it, dude. Clee, what? Clee, I think it said, Clee, when are you writing? When are you writing one about your journey? I've thought about it and I don't have any plans to, but I'm also not saying that I never would because it's been in the background somewhere. Yeah. So you never know.
Yeah, and I have other books that I'm planning on writing as well. So maybe we could do a book together.
A joint venture.
Yeah, I would love that.
You will meet amazing people when you put yourself out there, and the best part is you can ignore the not amazing people.
Yes, you can.
Absolutely.
Yes, you can.
That's great, David. Hey, guys. Hello from Newfoundland. Been loving your videos and all the info. The pep talks gave me the courage to take a chance. Oh, shoot. The ticker tape just moved. And my art will be in a busy tourist shop this season.
Oh, that's awesome, Angie.
Congratulations, Angie. Your self-portrait in the background looks awesome.
Thank you. Thank you. Yep, that's me. That was my collab lab. It's a project that we do monthly on Patreon. Yeah.
In boomer terms, yes, I am a boomer. SEO meant security executive office. What the heck is this new millennial term? Yeah, search engine optimization, which I found out like not that long ago. Lol, Deanne, I have thought that. How does Rafi get his eyebrows on fleek every day? Rafi's eyebrows do what they want, and so he has to pay special attention to them.
I do.
To make sure that they're not like traveling
doing
elsewhere.
Whatever they want. Yeah.
But they're so nice. They're so beautiful. Really, Clee, I would buy your book.
Yeah.
I
would buy your book. I definitely think a Clee book needs to happen.
Don't say that yet, because I could be like...
I think it'll be awesome.
I'm still thinking about how nice your eyebrows are.
Thank you.
I'd love to read a book by Clee.
See, look at that.
Thanks, guys. That's cool. That's actually really cool. Well, geez, maybe I'll bring it from the background to the foreground at some point.
That's what I'm saying.
Free full feature trials for all of the Affinity programs. By the way, hi from the Gas Guy. Hello, the Gas Guy. That's true. They do offer that stuff. They do. And I forgot about that.
They do. Check them out, guys, because they're awesome. And I'm not getting any money from them. And I am telling you that they're awesome.
We are not sponsored by Affinity.
We are not.
I'm sorry to say. I've used Affinity like twice, and I was able to bumble my way through the stuff. To make my thing.
And I was adept at Photoshop, so the fact that I was able to take that knowledge and bring it into Affinity, there were some things that I had to like watch a short video for, but it's really easy to use and a really great program.
Gail said, my biggest worry was what to use to hang my art in the show, thinking of using command tapes. Different shows pose different challenges depending on what your surfaces are that you're using. So
yeah, there's one show here that had like pipes for hanging the art, and we actually hammered out copper hooks with copper line, and that's what we used to hang the pieces from it.
Yep. Give the people what they want, Clee. Well, all right. I'll get working on it. We'll see what happens. No promises.
I'm always surprised that Clee says that she feels so awkward because she's so poised all the time.
I'm glad you think that. I'll go with that.
I sold my first print to the U.S. from New Zealand. Whooped. Yeah. Awesome. Congratulations.
David says, be right back. Cruz said the world according to Clee. Yep. I like rocks and songs.
There might be a lot of that.
Rafi almost had the Martin Scorsese going a month ago.
Yes. Yep.
Write a joint venture book, what it's like to be a retail peddler.
Oh, yeah. Retail Peddlers Unite.
I now have a cuff bracelet that says retail. You guys don't know this yet. I'm starting a bracelet collection that has funny things, and some of them are some of our inside jokes that we've had here on the live stream, and Retail Peddler is one of them. Yeah, I'm proud to be a retail peddler. A book about your favorite stones and metals would be awesome. Thanks, Chantel. Book. These guys are very encouraging.
Elsa said, I'll be 53 in May. Oh, well. Elsa, you'll be awesome at 53 because you were probably awesome at 43 and 33.
And 63.
And 63, yeah.
Yes. Me too. My real name is Linda. I think I missed the first part of that.
Aw.
Mina, to hang paintings in markets and shows, would PVC pipe work as frames?
PVC pipes tend to, it depends because like if it gets warm out, they get really soft. I always use 1x2s as the smallest wood that I use to be able to hold the frames. So I wouldn't do PVC just because it's too flexible.
It's pretty bendy.
Yeah.
Milena, hi, I made it. Hi, Milena.
Hi, Milena.
I am Legion. Okay, I was reading that wrong. Legion.
You were like Lagoon.
Lagoon. I think I said legend. Clee, do you have a favorite crystal? Oh, I would have to give you my top 10, which I will not do here on the live stream.
Well, give us our top 2.
Quartz crystal, tourmaline, labradorite. Those are my top 3, I think. Yeah.
Joyce said, oh, I must have one of those bracelets.
I will be releasing those soon. I'm trying to get caught up with the web shop. I have a lot of new designs coming out in the next couple of months.
Hey, look, Vicky says she loves rocks from Lake Superior.
Oh, that's where my love for rocks began. I was 4. My parents used to go up to Houghton, Michigan on vacation. That's where my grandmother grew up. And I used to sit in the tide pools of Lake Superior and collect agates and watch them dry out and then dunk them in the water and watch their colors appear. That began my love, and I would take pockets full of them back home to Illinois.
Yep.
And my grandma would put them in her fake ficus planters. And they created a monster because I've loved stones ever since then.
Yep. I'm not kidding. Your advice is life-changing. Oh, thank you, Gina.
Thank you, Gina. You guys also affect us in massively positive ways
Big
that
time.
you can't even imagine.
Big time.
Really, like this relationship is symbiotic, most definitely. I hit the remind me button, but it didn't remind me.
Yeah.
Well, you made it anyway.
You
That's
made
good.
it here. I'm glad. I'm glad you did.
I don't know about the tech stuff and why it doesn't
I don't know
always
about
work.
the tech stuff either. And I always have to work on that because, like, you know, I'm relying on YouTube to be able to do something. And, like, on Patreon, I rely on Patreon to do what they're supposed to do. And sometimes when it doesn't work, I get really, like, I could do this better. And I got to, like, just back off.
Yukiko asks, what are some of y'all's favorite pieces you've made? And while I can't cite specifics, I will say there's a correlation between a challenge and it being some of the hardest pieces I've ever had to work on are also some of my favorites.
Yeah. And Yukiko, over the last 9 years, I've worked on probably about a little under 2,000 pieces, and a lot of them were my favorites.
A lot of them brought
usually like the most recent one, like right now, the one behind me and that one are 2 of my favorites because they're the newest ones. You just get really better and better about what you feel about the piece the more that you work on stuff. So yeah.
Someone asked me, how do I accommodate for metal allergies like nickel and copper in designs? I make sure I know what's in my stuff. I work mostly in sterling silver, which most people can tolerate.
Yep.
I do understand the metal sensitivity
You
thing.
do fine silver as well.
I do
though.
fine silver.
Yeah.
When it comes to gold, like white gold, I use palladium white gold, so it doesn't have nickel in it. And I use niobium and titanium when I need to also.
Yep.
So there's workarounds, but yeah, you got to be aware, definitely.
Yeah. Now it's always a little bit more expensive, obviously,
Yes.
but it's worth it because then you're not dealing with somebody having a nickel allergy or any kind of metal allergy.
And really just make sure you know what's in your stuff, and that way you can be a source of information for the buyer.
Yep.
Is the name Clee short for Cleep? Nope, it's just Clee.
Yep.
Clee's the whole thing. Because you keep counseling not to let your feelings get involved, I was able to sort out that museum issue without falling apart.
Oh, that's awesome.
That is awesome.
That is awesome.
Be the blue flame.
Be the blue flame, yeah.
Clee, need any turquoise from New Mexico? Perhaps. Perhaps send me an email through our website.
Yeah. Clee, do you come up with design first, or do you let
Do
the
the
stones tell you what they want to be? Yeah.
Both. Oftentimes I'm super inspired by the stone, and then sometimes I have the design in mind and I go on a hunt for the stone that will work.
Yep.
And so both. Your spinners rule. Thank you.
Clee, how often do you make pieces for yourself? Ever?
Yes, I do. Once a year is my average. Not very often, but I do take time to do that. Absolutely. How do you determine what you like to paint versus what sells when you're marketing your projects?
Usually if I am creating something and I really hate creating it, but I'm creating it because I think it will sell, that means that I'm only creating it because it will sell. There are plenty of things that will sell that I like creating. So as long as I am enjoying the process and continue to enjoy the process, then it's something that I want to create.
Vicky says, my creative name is Sarah. Please call me Sarah, even when it says Vicky. And I just said Vicky twice. Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
Duly noted. And please feel free to remind me of that if needs be.
Yes.
Nadia, exciting news. One of my prints was chosen to appear on an Australian house.
Oh, that's so cool, Nadia.
That is awesome. Congratulations.
That is really, really cool.
I just acquired some enamels as a gift over the weekend. Clee, have you ever done enamel? I have not done enamel.
Well, you've done enameling in things, but I don't think that you've done
I am definitely not an expert, that's for sure.
Yeah.
I play around with stuff, though.
Yeah, we usually play around with a lot of materials. The fun thing is getting a new material and not knowing what to do, and then maybe watching a video on it or doing something and then screwing it up royally when you first try it.
I have a collection of tools and things that I use inappropriately because I came up with uses for them, and I thought about a mini-series, like inappropriate uses for things with Clee.
Cordial greeting, Ella. I tried to search your name on Patreon. Oh, that's because we're not on there as Rafi was here. We're on there as Rafi and Clee.
Rafi and Clee.
Yeah. Unfortunately, a few years back, I wanted to change the Rafi was here because the Rafi was here name was from when we were traveling the country. And I wanted to make it Rafi and Clee, but you can't just change it on YouTube. It's like, it's a big deal.
Forever.
It's forever. Yeah, so we are forever. Rafi was here. Yeah.
Yes. Hey, Rafi, did you have to do anything special to be able to use Rafi was here studios for business? I've been using Najera, recently Najera Fine Art for a while, but I'm concerned.
Well, our business name was Rafi Was Here Studios.
Yeah, if you're speaking about like registering legally as a business, yes, you do have to do things, and we have a video on YouTube that goes over that stuff, and we're going to be revisiting the legalities things.
Because basically you do that through your state, through your county tax office. That's where you would like register your business, and I think it's not much, but it's like a couple $100 to do the whole thing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Let's see. I'm Rafi, still having an issue pricing my art, tends to lower due to person's reactions.
No. No, Gil, don't let that happen.
Don't try to stand firm in what you feel is right, because I've had so many polarized reactions. My work's too expensive, my work's not expensive enough, blah 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 blah.
Gail, we already have a few videos on pricing, but trust me, we will be doing more videos on pricing because there are so many different nuances and things when it comes to pricing. So we'll continue doing videos as long as we have content on it, and I do have a video on pricing that I want to do really soon. So we'll be doing that. But yeah, don't base your prices on the reaction of people.
Because people are all over the place.
They're all over the board.
Someone asked if we're on TikTok.
You know what? I try to do TikTok, and the fact is, like, you guys know, we just took this break, and I was doing too much, and I need to reel it back. So, yeah. I might still do something on there, but no.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay, the ticker tape's moving. We'll just let it go. Sarah, Joyce, my grandfather 22 generations back was King Malcolm XI of Scotland. Maybe you are a princess also. That's awesome. Full disclosure, I always dreamt that I would find out that I had like royal heritage from Ireland or somewhere where my family's from. I think you guys would really grow if you joined TikTok. There is an artist I follow on Patreon, and she blew up giving marketing advice in 30 seconds.
Yeah, maybe we'll try. I got to get my stuff on lockdown before we try to bring anything else. But I do have the thing on TikTok.
Yeah, we'll see where it goes.
I just have goofy stuff on there, though, so we'll see.
Someone asked, how's the bunny? The bunny is well.
The bunny is well.
It's finished, and it has a home in the studio. It belongs to Rafi. I gave it to him as a present.
It's my bunny.
Clee, I want a bunny. Will you make any more to sell? I have an idea for bunnies. Not exactly like the needle felted bunny I did, but stay tuned for that. Gail, watch their videos on pricing. Lots of great advice. Is the name Rafi short for Cleep? It is not.
Nope.
Hey guys, my first live, but was wondering if you had any advice for tidying a shared studio space when you've just got to get some clarity and cleanliness.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Basically in between projects, like when I'm working on a project, I allow myself to like just leave stuff everywhere. But in between projects, I always have to organize my space because if not, it just gets too cluttered.
Yeah.
And if it's cluttered in here, then I can't think straight. So
exactly. Yeah. Now, we have a dynamic where we can like move each other's stuff around. If you're sharing a space with someone that maybe you don't have that dynamic with, then maybe see how you can work together to like reset the space.
Yeah.
Hey guys, my first live, but I'm rereading the same question. Yeah. Did you get to dress Crazy Bunny with a bandana and a Rafi t-shirt? Not yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
Still waiting for my castle, though. The struggle is real.
A pink bunny. I want one. Yeah.
There may be some bunnies.
There may be some bunnies. Some lint bunnies.
Yeah. Joyce said at Sarah, I think we'll be waiting for a while. Well, you never know. There might be a castle in your future, too. Mm-hmm. Me too. I want a bunny. It's so cute. It's really
Look at that. They want a book and they want a bunny. I'm leaving.
I love you guys. You're wonderful. I just started a TikTok. People are not too keen on art, but I put a vid of my kid falling off a horse and got 20,000 views. Right?
I feel like that's like the quick, immediate thing. That's why there's so many people out there doing videos and stuff like that. Because it's just a quick...
And the whole thing with TikTok is it's so fast.
It is.
Fast-paced.
It is.
MJ Pete, just thought to say hi. Always a good time here with you two.
Oh, hey, MJ.
I'm Legion. What about creative chaos?
Creative chaos.
There's a space for that, definitely.
There's definitely a space for that. And that's what I mean. Like when I'm creating something, there's like paint here. Things get placed wherever it is that they get placed.
While you're in it.
While I'm in it. And then afterwards, I just clean the space so that I could do more creative chaos.
Yeah. So like let yourself be crazy in the process and then reset.
Yep.
That's kind of how I'd like to be.
Gina said, a cluttered house equals cluttered mind. Yeah, that's what happens. I don't know if I get distracted. I just feel like there's too much going on.
What kind of music do you two like to make? What are your influences? Right now, we're into pretty mellow acoustic stuff. Yep. I've written jazz and rock and tribal and country. Yeah. I like to experiment.
Yeah, I think it's like just experimenting with everything. I'm still working on like being confident with my voice and with my playing. So like that's what I like to challenge myself with. Whatever is challenging to me.
Yeah, and our influences, we like a little bit of everything. We really do. Clee, when is your album coming out? Well, we have some albums out.
We do have an album on Bandcamp. It's actually an old album that we recorded while we were out in Key West. So it's very acoustic, very us back then. Yeah.
And I have some digital stuff that I've been throwing on there too, and there will be more in the future. Hey guys, just wanted to say thank you so much for what you do. I've recently sold some of my art for the first time following a lot of your advice. Appreciate you both so much.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Congratulations. Yeah. Miss Ray. Rafi, how's the sales going so far with your book? It's on my bucket list to write a book.
The sales are going really well, but I haven't like released the actual book yet, but the pre-order sales went really, really well. And so far the response that I've been getting has been great. So, I was terrified to put this book out there, and so far it's been getting a really good response. So if it's something that you have been thinking about doing, I would say don't wait. Just do it. It's the same thing as if you want to start an art career. Don't wait. Just
do it.
Start doing it. Yeah.
Gina, Naomi and Wendy, I do mostly black and white work too. I've moved into color. I had read briefly fear of using color acrylics.
Oh, yeah.
I just go for it.
Yeah, just go for it. Just go for it. A lot of people are afraid of using stuff because they think that they don't have enough practice. Well, how do you expect to get the practice unless you use the stuff. Like,
Yeah.
so like just go out and do it. Just play around with black and whites, play around with color, play around with different mediums, whatever it is that you're interested in using, and just understand maybe you're not going to get it fully on in the beginning.
Throw that spaghetti at the wall.
Throw the spaghetti at the wall. What is this here?
Is it too desperate or solicity to go to a local business and offer a business card or art to hang if they seem to lack wall art? I'd love to hear more of Clee's tunes. We
Not
do
at
that
all.
all the time.
I do that all the time. Whenever I'm somewhere and I look up at their wall and they don't have art, I'm like, why don't you have any art on the wall?
Want some local art?
Yeah.
Book Bunnies album. I'm gonna have a busy year.
Yep.
That's what that equals. I did a handmade craft fair 2 weeks ago and actually sold some of my crochet art. I was surprised what I actually sold.
That's
Congratulations.
awesome. Yeah.
It's always nice to be pleasantly surprised in
that
way.
David said, bestseller list, here we come.
Yes.
Thank you. I hope so.
Yeah, dude. Do you know much about Calypso and Steel Pan? I'm Caribbean and it's carnival here, so Calypso is everywhere. I love steel drum.
Love. So yeah, it's something. If we had room for more instruments, I'm bad when it comes to it. I bought like 3 guitars pretty much in a ukulele in the span of like 2 weeks just because I love instruments. So
yeah, they're fun. If we had room for more, there'd be more. Maybe a children's book about a goggles and a bunny who make friends.
I actually have in the works. I want to do a goggles book.
Yep.
A children's book, and the lint that would be awesome. That would be
goggles
awesome.
and lint bunnies.
Oh, I love that. That's so cool.
Oh my gosh, that would be really cool. Aiden and Noah, okay, I've been procrastinating, but I'm gonna set up to paint. That was actually really inspirational.
Awesome.
I bought a new airbrush kit today. I haven't airbrushed for many years. Excited to use again.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Have all the fun.
That's exciting. I gotta get a new compressor for my airbrush kit because I've been using that as an excuse for not airbrushing for the last couple of years. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Miss Kitty, I'm late, but I'm here. Glad you're back.
Hi, Miss Kitty.
Thank you for joining us. We're glad to be back too. Karen, I just love y'all's energy. Blessings from Michigan.
Oh, thank you, Karen.
David, what are we drinking, Rafi? We're drinking yellow juice.
Yellow juice.
Yep. Salute.
Salute.
Angie M, business cards. I need to get some made. How much info should I put on it? Is a Facebook art page okay for now?
That is absolutely.
Put the least amount of information you can while still giving the information.
Yeah, exactly. So for example, like if you want them to contact you via email because they saw something, or go to your website or Facebook for more information, that's fine, as long as you give them the link of where to go. You could always improve on your business cards going in the future. And
Definitely.
By the way, I get my business cards from Got Print. Go ahead and take a look at their pricing. The reason I go there is because I order 1,000 business cards at a time. So gotprint.com. I know a lot of people use Vistaprint, but I love Gotprint.
Gotprint is really awesome.
Yep.
We used to load up our business cards with all the things.
Yeah,
and we've
not a good idea.
minimized
Don't. It's just too much on there.
A goggles fall in love with Bunny. Bunny named Clea. A goggle named Rafi. Aw. Yes, that's what I needed was the compressor too.
Yeah,
that is a critical component, definitely. You need to come here and play in a steel band for Carnival, and we have a lot of visitors who do that. That would be super cool.
Yeah, you guys already know that we've wanted to do some traveling, so we'll be doing some traveling.
Yes, we will. We actually have things in the works right now. Mm-hmm. I'm drinking Bustelo, my 4th cup of the day. Ooh, we love us Bustelo. It's the only coffee for me. How was your Valentine's Day? Did you go for a romantic throwing rocks at pigeons date on the town? We did not throw rocks at pigeons, but we did have a date, and it was wonderful.
Yep, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Yep.
What was the name of the contract that you have with the businesses that display your art?
Chantel actually sent me that question, and it's not Chantel, I made up my own contract, and basically what it says is that the business is held responsible for any damages or stolen stuff, and then it has everything listed with how much it cost and what they would be liable for. Mm-hmm. So basically I sign it and they sign it, and even still it's not it's legal, but it's not necessarily legal. It's just kind of like a gentleman's agreement. So if there is a business where you're not sure, I usually avoid those businesses. If I'm really worried that something's going to happen to my art, I avoid them. As long as I have a good relationship with the business owner, that's usually when I pull out the contract.
Yeah.
I'll be doing another. I think that I have a video on that, but I'll check and see. And if not, we'll
might
do something.
revisit that.
Yeah.
Yeah, possibly. We're 35 days away from hitting the art festival Cross Country Life. Did you guys have to get a selling business license in every country, every county and state you did a show in? It depends on the state.
And it depends on the show.
Yeah.
As well. Because some of the shows had the stuff.
Yeah. Yes, and some of the shows had people coming around making it really easy to do what you needed to do. Yeah. So it depends. It's a take it one step at a time challenge.
The county and it not only the state but the county itself, like, so because they want their money. So
yes, they do.
They do.
Do bunnies have beards? Some do, probably. Do you have any buyers that help get your products out there, Clee? I don't have like a team of people, but I do very well with word of mouth. Yeah. People wearing my stuff that love it.
The way you got to see, and one of the reasons that I'm a big proponent of like putting yourself out there and getting stuff is that every piece of art that I have that is hanging in somebody's wall is advertising for me. Mm-hmm. And not only is it advertising for me, but that person is going to talk up that piece because they really love it. The same thing happens with jewelry. Everybody that's wearing a piece of her jewelry is, when somebody notices it, they're going to ask them where they got it.
Yes.
So
the old-fashioned way.
The old-fashioned way. Word of mouth is the best advertising.
Cruz said, my sister Dee tried Bucello and said to tell you she loves it, Rafi. Isn't it the best?
It is awesome. Thank you.
Gina, I'm having a problem with a venue over that. They want to have a permanent art installation of surfboards, but if anything happens, they won't cover the boards. Yeah. Some places just won't, and then you have to decide if it's worth it for you.
Yeah.
One of the questions I asked was, okay, that's fine, but what precautions are you taking to then ensure that nothing does happen?
Exactly.
And if you don't like their answer, then it might not be for you.
And remember, not every business owner, not every situation is going to be the same across the board. So you do have to play it by ear when you are dealing with them.
Yeah. Could you drop your children's book idea before around Easter? And someone asked us also, have we ever been recognized from YouTube? Like, have we been fangirled? Mrs. Ray said she would fangirl if she saw us in person.
Yes, we
have. Yes, we have. And it's always really fun, sometimes slightly embarrassing.
Sometimes in the most awkward, like, we left the house and I look like a bum.
I'm wearing sweatpants and we're just like getting...
We're like going to run to Walmart and get something. And somebody's like, oh my God, it's Rafi and Clee. I'm like,
There was one time we were back from like a hellaciously long road trip and we were like getting out of the car and someone recognized us. Yeah.
Yep.
McQueen, artistry. I've been afraid to show art at a restaurant. I've seen kids standing on a booth chair, touching and smacking on the art. Yeah. I cringed.
See, like the restaurants that I had my pieces at, that might still happen. In fact, when I replaced one of my pieces, I had like spaghetti sauce on one of mine.
Yeah.
Like stuff like that happens. You have to be prepared for that. And as long as the piece is able to take it, I have such a thick layer of varnish on my pieces that it's easy for me to clean them off. So play that by ear. If your pieces are protected and you feel confident about that, which mine are, because I was so used to taking them to shows and they get beat up on the way to and from shows.
Yeah,
so
they take abuse.
If you think that your pieces could hold up to a little bit of abuse, then that's fine. I would put them at a location. If you don't, I'd be really careful about where you put them.
The Green Bead said she's finally setting up a studio after 10 years. And Clee, any advice on must-haves? It depends on what specifically you're doing, but I can't live without round nose pliers, chain nose pliers, a ball peen hammer, and a torch.
Yeah, we
and
may
a handsaw.
We'll have to do a video where we do a tour of your bench.
My stuff, yeah. We will definitely.
David said, if a piece of art sells from a business hanging it, do you give them a cut of the sales? No, not the ones that I have. So, David, it all depends on the business itself. Some businesses, that's their shtick. They have artwork on the walls. So, like, they're ready when you go in, they have an agreement with you, and they're like, we get 15 or 30%. And that's what they do. A lot of businesses that I approached, because they didn't have art on their walls, basically it just hangs there. If it sells, my contact information is on there. The customer contacts me. And I do the sale. The sale goes directly through me. It's it's a win-win situation. The business gets artwork. I have a place to show my art.
Chantel said, okay, thank you. I'm trying to feel out several places in my town. It's, let's see. I don't know if you can scroll back.
Here.
But I'm still a bit of an outsider to the business owners.
Chantel, even though I have pieces up around town, I am still an outsider to a lot of business owners. So it's just a place by place thing that you do.
Remember, you're interviewing them as much as they're interviewing you.
Yeah, if they're,
so don't be nervous.
Yeah, like there was a place that I went here and it was like kind of like this dark bar. And it's like, yeah, we hang artwork on the wall. And I went in and looked and I was like, ew. Like some of the artwork was crooked. I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
You know, so don't jump on everything and look at it as an opportunity. Really interview them and make sure that they're a good fit for you.
Some places don't care. They get free art on a monthly, weekly basis. Others want like 25%. Yeah, it really is business to business. Tracy, I drink hot French press Bustelo and chill the leftovers for my boyfriend every day. Bustelo espresso equals life. The giant yellow containers make great art supply
They do.
holders too.
They
yes,
do.
They do. They absolutely do.
Freaking love. I've got a can of Bustelo right here holding my pens.
Yes, I think you just destroyed some stuff showing it.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
The green bead, I also make jewelry. I have all the main tools, but I don't solder yet. Soldering is fun.
Yeah.
And it's scary.
It's scary, but you'll figure it out, and you'll do well. It is fun because like it opens up a completely different chapter in your jewelry making.
The jewelry world is so vast. You could spend your whole life exploring avenues.
Yep.
Tracy, you are the first person I've ever seen besides my sister who spells Tracy like that. Yep. That is a very unique spelling. Do you ever put resin on your work?
There are some pieces that I've poured resin on. There are some pieces that I've mixed resin in. I think there's a video on our vlog channel of the wings. I actually covered those wings in resin, and what I did was I mixed a very fine glitter into the resin before I put it on there, because it was for outdoor events. So like it kind of like glowed. It had this magical glow to it. Yeah,
they were super cool. I'm a fan of the Folgers decaf containers because they have the awesome flip top.
Oh, they do have the flip top, yeah.
That's true. That is a bonus for those. Sarah, I used to hang all my art crooked. We lived near a highway, so it was a waste of time straightening. I like your attitude of just embracing it.
Just embrace it. People walk in, it's like, these are crooked, and you're like, not really.
They're perfect. You're welcome.
I'll be back. I'm going to get more yellow juice.
Okay. The ticker tape has actually paused for a moment. So I might have to do some like intermission music while you get yellow juice. Oh boy. You know, actually what I might do is, for those of you who don't know what is being talked about when we're talking about the bunny, should I show the bunny? Yeah. Okay. I'm just going to grab him right quick. And now there's no one. Now there's no one on the live stream. Okay.
That means that you failed. You failed at the live stream.
I'm back. For all of you that don't know what the heck we're talking about, when we're referring to the bunny, here's the bunny that I made in a recent needle felting class. Yep. He's super fuzzy.
So if you guys haven't gone to our vlog channel, we have a vlog channel which is called Rafi and Clee Adventures, and you'll see Clee doing this thing is so cute. It's like yep.
A very dear, wonderful artist friend of mine taught the class, and it was excellent. I had so much fun. Okay, let's see. I'd love to try resin, just don't know how much to use for a specific piece.
Yeah, each one is different, so you gotta kind of play it by ear. How do you photograph paintings with varnish them? No, without the varnish. Just, you gotta do the photograph before you put the varnish on there, and then usually what I do is I just heighten the contrast just a tiny bit, because that's what the varnish does when you put it on there.
Yep. Let's send happy birthday wishes out. I missed it. It's already gone, but requesting happy birthday wishes, getting started on writing, and happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
And all the best wishes.
Everybody's like, I love the bunny.
The bunny is ridiculous.
The bunny is cute. It's cute. I love this bunny.
I love the eyes.
Sits over there when I'm editing videos and stuff and is just watching me.
He's definitely your good friend.
Yep.
I'd really like to make you two a thank you painting, but I remember you saying that you don't have much room. So my question is if a small canvas would be inconvenient, like a 6x6 or an 8x10. Oh, Chantel, that's awesome.
That is so sweet.
We could find a home for it, probably.
We could. If you really, obviously you don't have to.
You don't have to.
You don't have to.
But if you feel inspired,
yeah,
then absolutely we would love it. I love the bunny and the agoggle. He's perfect for an agoggle friend because of his adorably crooked eyes.
Right. He's got it's like one little one. And then it's kind of indented, and the other one's popping out, and it's bigger. He's totally insane. I love him.
He knew what he wanted to be because I was like, oh, I didn't do that right, but he knew.
No, it was perfect.
He's cute. Market them for sale. I would buy a pink bunny.
I gotta run. I love you all. We are Rafi, David says.
We are Rafi.
Rogue artist.
Family International.
Yep.
Yes, it's true.
Bye, David. Thank you for being here.
Have you thought about making a goggle beads for jewelry? Because I think I need that in my life.
Oh, I have thought about that. I gotta work on a formula that works for that because the beads that I wear get so beat up.
Yeah.
So I'm working on something that will make them slightly indestructible. What I would love to do is cast them in silver.
That would be
and have silver
super
goggles.
Cool. Yeah. Late dinner, gotta run. Love you guys. Bye to everyone else too. Thank you, Joyce.
Thank you, Joyce, for being here.
Scott Robert, how do you guys feel about ArtPale and other virtual galleries such as those? Should I just commit to my own site in order to sell? I love your channel. I've learned so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. You know what? I did like Saatchi art, and the thing is that there are certain artists that do well on those sites. I haven't seen artists do well on those sites, but I hear of artists that do well on those sites. I know personally, I just did not enjoy the experience, and I like having control of having my own site. So, yes. Not too many people know about ArtPal, but some people do. So they do have their dynamic. Honestly, as much as I'm, a lot of people think that I'm anti-Etsy.
We're not.
Really, if you're going to do a platform site, one of the best ones out there is Etsy still. Just be ready to leave. Have an exit strategy.
Yeah, I mean, do both. Have your own website, be driving traffic to your website, and explore platforms.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Have you thought about a Rafi Klee meetup in Michigan? We've thought about all kinds of fun stuff that we could do everywhere. We intend to do the things. We just... as long as the situation and the circumstances right, this recent iteration of us taking a break has caused us to think about a lot of things and which direction we want to head with you guys and with ourselves and our business. So a lot of that has been discussed. Yes. The Marty Feldman of bunnies. Damn your eyes.
Damn your eyes.
Oh my gosh, I just snorted on the live stream. Excuse my nerdiness there. Won't resin work for strong beads? You can paint them with alcohol inks and finish with a sealer?
Yes, that is one of the things that I'm experimenting with. So I've got several different things that I'm experimenting with just to see.
McQueen Artistry. Ooh, silver goggles.
Right?
Well, apparently we all agree.
Yep.
A set of goggle with 8 baby goggles across, bracelets, and matching earrings.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, that would be the cutest thing ever. It would be ridiculous. Agreed. Thank you for answering, said Scott.
Awesome.
How do you connect an Etsy shop with your website?
Well, you don't necessarily connect the Etsy shop with your website, but what you do is when you have a link that says buy stuff from Cruise, it would go to your page on Etsy. Unfortunately, there's no real way to connect it. You could do Etsy pattern, which means that you have kind of your own site, but it's still run through Etsy. Mm-hmm. That's what we did when we had our site. We had the Etsy pattern, which is $11 or $15 a month.
It was reasonable, and that was the transitional thing before opening our full-blown e-commerce.
Yeah.
Are you guys running away to the desert? Maybe.
We might be, Ellen. We are actually going, like, after we're done with you guys, we're going to finish up our proposal for the Death Valley residency next January.
Yeah, so we'll see if we get it.
So we might be out in Death Valley for 30 days, and we'll have internet, so we'll be able to talk to you guys while we're there.
We'll be like, hello from Death Valley.
Yep.
Did you do well on Etsy? Yes and no.
Yes and no, yeah.
Yeah, it took a long time to get to that point because I didn't do much advertising or anything.
Yeah.
But it was reasonable. It was decent. Yeah.
I mean, we do really well on our website. So
yes, the website is doing awesomely. And
but Etsy is a great way to put your stuff in front of people that haven't seen you or know you, without knowing too much about SEO and all that garbage.
Yeah. True. I made cameos with Resin, and they work really well.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That would be, to protect all the detailed bits.
Some of the best ways to drive traffic to the website. My Pinterest goes to the Etsy shop, but Instagram, YouTube, email marketing, direct website, I'm not getting the traffic. Yeah, it takes time.
It takes time.
Yeah, it takes time.
Ooh, that would be so much fun, said the green bean. I will get to connect with art patrons at the co-op for 6 hours a month.
Yes.
That is one of the greatest benefits to being somewhere like that. It's what I really like sitting the co-op gallery I do is I really like to meet the people that come in and connect.
Judy, how do you name a painting? I paint an abstract. Okay, so naming a painting, I used to concern myself with it, and it got to the point where it's like, Oceanscape, number 1.
It has gotten simpler.
Oceanscape, number 5.
Yes.
Empowerment woman painting. Like, I'm not so worried about the name. A cool thing that I want to do is take like names of songs and use those for the titles of my pieces to see what would apply to those pieces. I think that would be cool.
That is kind of cool.
Yep.
You just kind of go with what you feel.
Yeah,
right?
you go with what you feel. I mean, there are so many paintings that are like number 1, number 2. I would never name mine that, but just something that feels right to you.
Yeah. Etsy folks underprice everything, though.
Yes.
A lot of them do.
They do.
And I don't concern myself with it at all. I'm like, you want that stuff? Go, good on you. There's a million shops. You want my stuff?
Yeah.
It's not underpriced.
And that's the thing. When you are pricing the stuff, you got to remember, you are not in a competition with people that are pricing their stuff really, really cheap. You are in a competition for quality.
Yes.
So the quality of your pieces is better. And that's what a lot of people associate. You know, like think about the times where you were going to buy something and it was super cheap compared to this thing. And you were actually more prone to buying the more expensive thing because you thought it was a better quality.
Yes.
That's how it works with jewelry. For the customers that you want. You don't want cheap ass people buying stuff from you. Like,
not when you're pouring your heart and soul into it.
No, you want people that are going to come back to you. Usually the people that want to buy some cheap crap are the ones that are just going to buy one thing and they're never going to come back.
Yeah. Again. Yeah, it's true. I don't worry about it at all. Hey, I have to go. 4 a.m. comes really early. I get up early so I can do a run and breakfast and work on my bracelets and batiking. Enjoy. Love you both.
Oh,
thank you, Poupon Crazy Cat.
Thank you so much for being here. It was awesome having you here.
Yeah. Hey guys, just jumping.
Hey Thomas.
Hi Thomas.
Fucking love Thomas.
Yeah, he's the best. I use song titles to name work, and people liked that a lot.
Yeah.
Lost in a Forest, The Cure is a good title.
Yes, it is. Yeah. That is great. Yeah, that is a great title.
Or human names like Norman or Jeffrey. Oh my God.
This one is named Norman.
This is Kyle. That's hilarious. I love people that name their pets human names too, like Kyle the cat. I feel like I'm in a good place. I sold 3 originals last year, so my prices must be okay.
Yes.
And I'm okay with them too.
Yep.
That's awesome. I do printable planners on Etsy and sold 10 in a year. I'm thinking of putting my art there for visibility as you mentioned.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
It doesn't hurt to try any of the things.
She's like, cheap ass. Yeah, that escaped my lips.
Beep.
Yep.
A post tense beep. Could name mine Weird Eyeball Piece number 9.
Yes.
Or Blood Red Cows at Sunrise that my friend hates. Please name it Blood Red Cows at Sunrise that my friend hates. That's an amazing
That is so
title.
awesome. Well, and you think about it, like somebody comes up is like, you know what the name of that piece is? Like they own it. It's like it's called
Blood Red Cows at Sunrise that my friend hates. Let me tell you the story. Yep, that's wonderful. Pricing is so hard, especially my clay stuff. The materials don't cost much, but I can spend 3 to 5 hours on a piece.
Yeah.
A lot of the time. And your time is so important to factor in.
It is, and you have to factor in that time. You know, like I say and whenever I'm talking about pricing, be fair to yourself, be fair to the person that's buying it, but also be extremely fair to yourself.
Yeah.
Because as long as you're doing that, then you could still create more and more stuff. And the people that matter will appreciate it.
I don't mean to get philosophical or whatever, but your time is your most precious resource that you have. So don't undervalue it.
Why is Rafi always hiding his hair? Because I don't have any. I don't have any hair to hide. This is all the hair you get.
You're seeing it all right now. You should name your paintings after different kinds of cheese.
Yes.
Like Munster. And Pepper Jack. My studio assistant is my cat Orpheus. That's a great name for a cat.
That is so cute. It's so cute. Yeah, we've seen pictures of Orpheus.
Yes, that's true. We have. Blood Red Cows is fantastic. That's an epic name. I'd remember it for sure. You guys are so great. Love how you're so real and inspiring. I can tell you're good souls and kindred spirits even through the tube. Thank you, Tracy.
Thank you, Tracy.
My pets have a first, middle, and last name. The vets give us weird looks every time each has a visit. That's wonderful.
Do you add stuff like the third, at the end of it? Vincent Peagle Smith the third.
Yeah, that's what I would do. Definitely. I've thought about getting pets just to name them. I've been using an iPhone app called My Work Time Lite, and it's really helpful. I'm still not getting everything I want for my labor, but I'm getting something, and it helps me track that.
Very
That's
cool.
Awesome, Gina.
Very cool. At least something that gives you. That's one of the reasons that, like, when I talk about figuring out square inch or anything like that, it doesn't mean that is your price.
Yeah.
It just gives you a basis to work on. Because even if you price it by square inch and it doesn't feel right, like it's too much or it's too little, you got to be comfortable with the price that you're giving somebody.
Yes.
Because really it's those nuances, it's those micro expressions that give you away. If
you're like
yeah, when somebody's like, how much is this piece? And you're like, $2,500. You have to be confident with what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's why I like being in a place where I'm like, I'm giving you a good deal on this. Yes, this is $200, but it's a good freaking deal.
I want to see a picture named Blood Red Sunrise that my friend hates.
I know, right?
Yes, Labradorite Clee, I would love your book. Still hoping for you to break into the jingle business. Rafi, me and the amazing Leslie loved your Raven Wisdom piece.
Oh, thank you. That's so awesome.
I loved your story.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am very slowly breaking into the jingle business.
She is. She may be doing a jingle for another YouTuber.
I am doing a jingle.
Yep.
It's slow going, and I had to put it on hiatus. But luckily, the other YouTuber is very awesome to work with.
Yep. Yeah, I price by the square inch and a modifier based on popularity, reputation.
Changes over time.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome.
But when I compare to what I want for my labor, no. Well,
yeah.
You'll get there.
You'll get there.
You will, little by little. And we have reached the 8 o'clock mark.
Oh, we are at the 8 o'clock mark. Okay.
No joke. One was Rockefeller, D'Artagnan, and the other Theodore Octavius.
That is so awesome. I love that.
My Mark Studio Blood Red Cows is still for sale. It has 3 alien eyeballs in it, too. You guys are so much fun.
This was so much fun, you guys. I freaking love hanging out with you guys.
The most original name I gave a pet was Osama bin Naughty. He was anything but a terrorist, but he certainly kept things in line.
We freaking love you, Naomi and
Yeah.
Wendy. So let's take one more comment. If it comes through.
Oh no!
Oh no's. All right, that's the comment. Salute.
Salute.
Well, it was awesome hanging out with you guys, and like I said, we will be back next week with the website month and stuff like that.
Yes.
We are still in hiatus. We're still having full days of conversation,
Yes.
and it's been amazing. But we will be back. We miss you guys. This was freaking awesome.
We adore you guys.
So let's see, one more here.
Podcast this week.
Yes, next week. Not this week, but next week there'll be a podcast. We decided to take these 2 weeks to have our time. So the podcast will happen next Monday. It will be back. Everything should be back to normal by next Monday. Yeah.
Yes. And this is therapy for me, guys. It's great for us.
Yeah.
You guys are wonderful.
Yeah.
And you guys are wonderful to each other, too. It's an excellent community that we have here.
You know what? I enjoyed talking to you guys so much that I did not do this thing.
Oh, yeah. Let's do the
that
things.
I usually do.
Let's do the things.
Because usually there's like the chat going on there. And I didn't care because I was having such a fun time talking to you guys. And let's see. Let's go to...
Do we have any?
No, don't pay attention to those announcements. This is where you can find us.
Indeed.
And where the heck... There we go. All right. And now I am going to say goodbye to you guys. Thank you for all the chat. You guys are great. You guys are awesome. I freaking adore you guys. I don't think I could explain how much fun this is for me.
Probably not. You guys will never know how much we love you.
You guys are so freaking awesome. And thank you so much for being here and having this time with us. We love you, Dana. All right, so now this is the awkward part where I'm like, why don't I ever know where to...
I'll be like, mwah, 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 mwah,
Yep.
mwah, mwah. Mwah, mwah.
There we go. Adios, you guys.
Goodbye.